Okay guys, so today me and my mom have heard a lot of you, did they comment or something? Oh, well, a lot of people actually asking her how to make quinoa. So we have a big Instapot. Right? And we're going to use half a cup of red quinoa. I don't know if you can see that. And half a cup of just white, original. They taste the same, right, Mom? Mm-hmm. And it's a superfood. So just wait, we are going to cut some, as you can tell, we are going to cut asparagus up.
Wait, let me see. Okay, so what we do here is, these are the two types of quinoa that we have. I don't like the looks of the red by itself. I don't like the looks of the white by itself. It tastes the same. Usually I use the tricolor, which is 3 different colors. It's a white, red, and like a black color. But I just don't have any of that today. But anyway, it tastes the same. So the first thing that we do, first of all, when you do it in an Instapot, which is the easiest way to do quinoa, the ratio is, for instance, we do 1 cup of quinoa, and then we have to add 2 cups of fluid. Some people use water. I don't, because I like extra flavor. So I use vegetable broth. So we'll do a half a cup of each of these to equal a whole cup of quinoa. And we'll just put that right in the pot.
Are we going to put this in?
Is that a whole cup? Or a half cup?
Yeah.
There's a little bit more. Wait a minute, come here. Hold on one second. So a whole cup of quinoa. And that's in there. That's 1 cup. And we'll use 2 cups of the vegetable broth. I've also used chicken broth or beef broth, low sodium broth. It doesn't really matter. It gives it a good flavor. So we need a whole cup. Now once the quinoa is done, it won't take long, because the setting that you cook it on after you put everything in here is the multigrain setting. So not white rice, brown rice, but multigrain, and it doesn't take very long. After the quinoa is done, we're going to stir it up. We're going to mix in some cooked, chopped asparagus, some fresh diced tomatoes,
and some shrimp.
And we're going to add stir-fried shrimp to it, or boiled shrimp, with a little bit of seasoning, and I'll tell you about that in a minute. You don't have to put the asparagus or the shrimp in there if you don't like it, but I'm telling you, it's excellent.
And
even my kids like it.
And I do not like regular quinoa, but my mom made this, and I wanted to try it a lot because it looked really good. And I tried it, and it was really good. So I think you should let your kids try it, and hopefully they like it. Okay, guys, so I just did 1 cup of vegetable broth. This is what it looks like. As you can see, it's kind of floating, kind of like this. That's what it looks like.
Okay, so she stirred in 1 cup of quinoa, 2 cups of vegetable broth, and these are the seasonings that we add, and this makes a big difference on how well quinoa tastes. So these are the seasonings
you
that we
want
add.
Garlic salt, sea salt is the best, onion powder, cinnamon,
cumin, actually, not cinnamon.
Sorry, it looks like cinnamon, and pepper.
Yeah, so these are the seasonings.
Wings it.
I don't really measure them. So for the pepper, I don't like things spicy, so I just put in a little bit of pepper, like, I don't know,
That's
10 dashes. And then the cumin, I put in right much because it has an excellent flavor. Maybe a half a teaspoon
How
of
much cumin.
cumin.
Do you put in this?
Garlic salt, I put about a teaspoon or 3/4 of a teaspoon because I like garlic. That's probably enough. And then the onion powder, I only put maybe a 1/4 of a teaspoon, not very much.
Salt.
And then the salt is sea salt, and I usually put probably about a half a teaspoon of sea salt. I think that's probably plenty.
So that is the you should see this one.
I know. And the other thing that we're going to put in here is some spinach.
So you're just going to put about that much spinach. That's enough. And we're using organic baby spinach. And we get all these ingredients from KFC. And we'll update you when we are done doing this. Bye.
Okay, so all the ingredients are in the Instapot. just to recap, again, that is 1 cup of quinoa, 2 cups of organic broth, vegetable broth,
baby spinach.
baby spinach, and always use more baby spinach than you think you should because it really, really cooks down. And then
sea salt.
And then sea salt,
Onion powder.
onion powder,
Cumin ground.
cumin,
Pepper. And garlic salt.
and garlic salt. And so those are the spices that you need, and it's usually probably about a half a teaspoon of each. I usually use a little bit more garlic salt and a little bit more sea salt, but the rest of them are about a quarter of a teaspoon. And meanwhile, we're cooking some asparagus, and all I do is put that on a baking sheet, spray it with some oil, some coconut cooking oil before, put it on a baking sheet, and then add some olive oil, drizzle it on top, and then add some garlic salt and a little bit of pepper. And when that gets done, by the time that gets done, the quinoa will be done, and I'll just go through and cut little chunks of this up, and I'll mix it in the quinoa.
And then we'll make shrimp.
Okay, so here goes the quinoa. We've already locked it down.
And you're gonna hit
I'm gonna choose multigrain,
multigrain's right there.
and then starch. Start.
Start is right here. Don't hit the delay star.
All right, we'll see you when it's done. Bye. So we're back. The quinoa's not done. It's still cooking, but I'm gonna show you what spices that I put in for the shrimp because this is excellent, excellent shrimp. So,
You're just gonna.
So right now we've thawed the shrimp, and it's just wild caught shrimp. And you want to do that instead of farm raised because it's just better for you. So we have a pan here. We put some beer in it. Yes, beer. Low carb beer or low carb wine. So just put some beer in it because it gives it a super good flavor. And then we're going to add about
A teaspoon of.
probably about a quarter a teaspoon of paprika. Wait a minute. And then like a quarter of a teaspoon of garlic salt, probably just a touch more. Okay, that's good. And
then
I add
you're
just a
gonna
shake or two of pepper because I don't
Yeah,
like it
pepper.
spicy. If you like spicy shrimp, add more. And then the
And
sea
salt.
salt. We don't need too much sea salt because we've added garlic salt. And shrimp is naturally salty because it's salt water.
And then it'll just
And then the
start
other
sizzling.
thing that I like to add is parsley flakes.
So we are now putting in the raw shrimp. And here's what the bag looks like. We get this at Harris Theater. And we're just gonna let that cook.
You know the shrimp are done when they turn a nice pink color.
Yes.
Doesn't take long.
And we will update you when they are done or when they're halfway done. So we're just gonna let that sit. Bye. Okay guys, so that's what that's raw and that's the pink. So that's what they need to look like right there once or a little bit pinker once they're done cooking. So I'm just gonna wait till they're all done and then we'll show you in just a second. Okay guys, so my mom just added the diced tomatoes and the shrimp. Let me taste the shrimp. See if they're good. So here's the shrimp. That's the color that you want them to be. And good. And she added the asparagus in there, so that is how she did it, right, Mom? Mm-hmm. Is that all?
Yep, that's it.
Okay, that's it.
Did you just eat that, a shrimp?
This is how you fix quinoa. Thanks for watching. Bye.